Do you remember when Peter and Lois wanted to swap partners with a swinger couple? Peter is furious with Lois for forcing him to go on a couple's date. That's where they meet Crystal and Clay. And from the very first second, Peter and Clay click in a way nobody can explain. The next day, Peter can't stop telling his friends how amazing Clay is. But his friend's reaction is not what he expected. Instead of laughing or being happy for him, everyone immediately goes into a state of concern. Peter has no idea why, until they confess the truth. Crystal and Clay are swingers. And not just any swingers. They are the most well-known swinger couple in the entire city. However, that's not even the most shocking part. Joe confesses that Crystal and Clay had offered the same thing to him and Bonnie, but they both decided to turn them down, so Bonnie got out of the car to say no. Meanwhile, Joe waited alone outside the house for 2 hours, while Bonnie explained to them exactly why she didn't want to swap partners. And just in case Crystal and Clay had any doubts, the following week, Bonnie went back to reject them again. 2 full hours, making it crystal clear that no meant no. Peter goes straight home to tell Lois everything. Lois is shocked, but there's a problem. She had already confirmed another date with them in 3 days. Peter decides it's fine. They'll go and simply say no. That no matter how much Crystal and Clay beg, nothing is going to happen. That even if they pulled out a weapon, the answer would still be no. So when the day of the date arrives, everything Peter said was a complete lie. Lois showed up dressed to impress, and Peter rented a suit and wore a girdle. Both of them are actively trying to seduce Crystal and Clay into offering the swap. The problem is that Crystal and Clay are not interested. The hints make them so uncomfortable that they decide to leave early. Back home, while Lois removes her makeup and Peter takes off his girdle, they both bitterly complain about why Crystal and Clay never made them an offer, until they reach the conclusion that maybe it was too soon. They've only been on 2 dates. Maybe the third one is the right moment to bring it up. This cheers them up so much that they immediately text to ask for a third date, and Crystal and Clay say yes. However, when they show up to the third date, things go completely off the rails. Lois starts seducing Clay, and Peter starts seducing Crystal in the most bizarre and uncomfortable ways imaginable. Crystal and Clay stop them and say something they never expected to hear. Yes, they are swingers, but they don't want to do that with Peter and Lois. What they actually wanted was a real friendship. Because when someone is a true friend, swapping ruins everything. Peter and Lois get angry. They start arguing with each other. The tension builds so much that they end up making out passionately in the middle of Crystal and Clay's living room, while the couple watches in complete silence. In the end, Peter and Lois leave happy. They didn't get the swap, but they did manage to have a passionate moment while another couple watched. Close enough.